The International Court of Justice has handed down an interim ruling basically urging Israel to avoid civilian casualties, but falling short of a demand for an immediate ceasefire. Has the International Court of Justice got that balance right with this interim ruling, in your view?
We respect the workings of the ICJ and acknowledge their importance. We think the Albanese government was very slow in terms of response to the South African claim that was made to the ICJ, and that, of course, many other partner nations were faster and clearer in their response about the inappropriateness of parts of South Africa's claims and case that they made, and the Albanese government should have been faster and clearer in terms of Australia's response. As for the ICJ's interim findings, they are ones, as I say, we respect the processes. We still strongly believe in Israel's inherent right to self-defence, which, as I understand, was also recognised inherently in the ICJ ruling. But of course, Israel needs to act with regard to innocent civilian lives. It needs to remove Hamas from a position of power, influence and terrorist threat to Israel, but also from a position where Hamas uses Palestinians in Gaza as human shields and places them in greater danger and jeopardy as a result of the way in which they operate and act.
We've only got 30 seconds left, but Peter Malinauskas, your South Australian Premier, says most South Australians will be better off under the government's new tax plan. Despite it being a broken promise, he says most South Australians will benefit. Politically, does it end up being a winner for Labor, despite the breach of the promise?
I think Australians can see the treachery, trickery and timidity in Anthony Albanese's actions. Treachery in breaking the promise, trickery in the fact that this is just a reshuffle of tax, but in the medium term, it's a grab for $28 billion of more tax, and timidity in that it abandons any sense of reform that eliminated bracket creep and actually embeds bracket creep in the system for the future. Australians are feeling a cost of living crisis far greater than Anthony Albanese's trickery and reshuffling of these tax cuts. Ultimately, he needs to look seriously at how he helps to stop the cost of living crisis, to ease inflation and to ensure that Australians aren't paying more for their electricity and every other household bill.
Simon Birmingham, thanks for talking to you soon.